How does Kentucky's Andrija Jelavić compare to other 2025 international prospects? Will he be Kentucky's monster this year? Let's get to the news. Andrija Jelavic's arrival at Kentucky marks an interesting moment in the international recruiting landscape for the 2025 class. The Croatian, with 2 years of professional experience at Serbia's Mega Superbet, arrives in Lexington surrounded by a combination of curiosity and moderate expectations. While his starting position doesn't position him as a guaranteed star in competitive American college basketball, there are elements in his profile that could make him an important asset for Pope when analyzing reliable recruiting rankings, such as those compiled by social media experts and 247 Sports. It's clear that Jelavić occupies a solid, but not spectacular, position among international prospects in the 2025 class. He ranks 20th overall in the combined rankings of 3 international scouts and 19th in the 247 Sports rankings. These numbers indicate that he is far from being considered a top-tier global prospect, but he is still seen as a player capable of contributing significantly at the college level. Comparatively, names like Hans Steinbach Washington, Dame Sarduk, and Sananda Fru Louisville are higher in the rankings and carry more hype. Steinbach, for example, tops the list and has already demonstrated his credentials in international competitions such as the FIBA U19 World Cup. Serre, on the other hand, is considered a potential lottery pick in the 2026 NBA draft, while Fru and Zalgras bring versatility and size to their respective programs. However, Jelavić has unique characteristics that distinguish him within this class of international players. His professional experience in Europe has prepared him to face older, more physically developed opponents, something that could be an advantage in the fast-paced and physical environment of American college basketball. Furthermore, his versatile game, which includes mid-range shooting skills and the ability to move in and out of the paint, offers tactical flexibility for Mark Pope. A closer look at Jelavic's statistics reveals both strengths and areas in need of development. During the 2024-25 season, he averaged respectable 10.7 points, 7.4 rebounds, and 1.6 assists per game. His 48.5% shooting from the field suggests offensive efficiency, but the same cannot be said for his three-point accuracy, which was only 30.5%. This suboptimal number could be a hindrance in a modern system like Pope's, which values players who can space the court and create opportunities for teammates. Another positive is his feel for the game. European players are often praised for their tactical understanding and quick decision-making, and Jelavić seems to follow this trend. His rebounding and assist averages indicate that he is a conscious and engaged player, capable of contributing in multiple facets of the game. However, his transition to the physical and athletic style of American college basketball will be a crucial test. He will have to prove he can adapt to the speed and intensity of the game, especially defensively, where the demands are greater when compared to other international players in the top 20, such as Mihailo Petrovic Illinois and Filip Jovic. Auburn Jelavic's former teammates in the Mega Superbet, it's clear that he falls somewhere in the middle. Petrovic, ranked 9th, is frequently praised for his playmaking ability and vision, while Jovic, ranked 11th, impresses with his scoring ability and long-range shooting. Both have more defined profiles and appear more ready to assume prominent roles on their respective teams. On the other hand, Jelavić can be seen as a project prospect. He doesn't enter Kentucky as a player ready to dominate immediately, but his growth potential under Mark Pope's tutelage is intriguing. The Wildcats' depth means he will likely start in a secondary role, earning minutes as he demonstrates his effectiveness. This could be an advantage, as it will allow him to gradually adapt to his new environment without the pressure of being the main protagonist from the start. While Jelavić isn't considered a can't-miss prospect like some of his international peers, his arrival at Kentucky offers the program a unique opportunity. We want to see big contributions from the Croatian. As we approach the 2025-26 season, there's plenty of news about the Kentucky basketball program. But a cunning strategy is positioning the Wildcats as serious contenders on the national stage. Pope, with his innovative approach, has turned obstacles into opportunities, and the results are beginning to materialize impressively. One of the most inspiring aspects of the Pope era is his approach to the current turmoil in college basketball. With the introduction of nil rules and revenue sharing, the sport has entered uncharted territory, fraught with complexities that test coaches and programs. But for Pope, this isn't a burden. It's an exciting adventure. Being a college basketball coach now and having the opportunity to navigate this insanity is actually the coolest thing ever, he recently declared, highlighting how challenging and rewarding the moment is. This positive outlook is reflected in the team, where the focus remains on the pursuit of a championship, offering players unforgettable experiences that go beyond money or fame. Pope emphasizes that the main thing should still be the main thing, giving these kids an unrestricted opportunity to become champions. This mentality not only motivates the squad, but also attracts talent who see Kentucky as an environment where personal and collective development is prioritized. And the fruits of this vision are already visible in Kentucky's absolute dominance. In the transfer portal, the team has not only strengthened, but practically reinvented its roster with strategic additions that raise the competitive level. A notable example is the arrival of Com Williams from Tulane, who became Pope's first transfer portal commit of 2025 at 19. Williams impressed in his freshman season, averaging 9.3 points and 4.5 rebounds per game, shooting 41% from three-point range, and being named to the AAC All-Freshman team. His decision to join the Wildcats came after interest from programs like Louisville, Florida, and Texas Tech, but it was Kentucky's culture and focus on development that won him over. "I believe we can win it all," Williams said, highlighting how another year in Lexington will sharpen his understanding of the game and boost his NBA prospects. This addition isn't isolated. It's part of a pattern of success in the draft, where Kentucky has been described as dominant, bringing in versatile players who fit perfectly into Pope's scheme. Besides the transfers, Pope has invested in a revival of local roots, something not seen in 2 decades and which represents a genuine gift for the BBN fanatic fanbase. For the first time since the 2005-06 season, the Wildcats roster will feature 4 Kentucky-born and raised players receiving scholarships: Trent Noah of Harlan County, Malachi Moreno of Great Crossing High School in Georgetown, Jasper Johnson of Lexington, formerly of Woodford County, and Reese Potter of Lexington Catholic. This lineup evokes memories of glorious eras, such as the 1991-92 season under Rick Pitino, when 5 Kentuckians helped lead the team to 29 wins and the SEC tournament title. While the exact role of these players in the rotation is still being determined, with 5-star freshmen Johnson and Moreno vying for minutes, and Noah and Potter, a transfer from Miami, Ohio, providing depth. Their presence enriches the Kentucky basketball experience. Fans who value seeing local talent shine at Rupp Arena now have reason to be excited, especially with a team designed to be strong and competitive. This homegrown touch doesn't compromise ambition. On the contrary, it strengthens community ties and adds an emotional layer to the pursuit of victories. On the tactical front, Pope demonstrates constant evolution, adjusting plans based on lessons learned. After reviewing the previous season, he altered the summer practice schedule to optimize performance, ensuring the team is even more prepared. A particular area of focus is the point guard position, where Pope plans to add unprecedented depth to avoid the injury pitfalls that plagued last year players like Jalen Lowe, a transfer from Pittsburgh, expected to be the primary starter, Denzel Aberdeen, formerly of Florida, As a versatile backup, Ortega away improving his decision-making, Colin Chandler developing as a pacemaker, and freshman Jasper Johnson comfortable on the ball form. A dynamic and capable group. We have so many capable options at that position, Pope noted, contrasting with the limited reliance last season. It's going to be a great season. The SEC's decision to adopt a 9-game format starting in 2026 marks a new era for college football. And few coaches have as much to say about it as Mark Stoops. The Kentucky Wildcats coach, who has led the program for over a decade, approached the change with a mix of pragmatism and characteristic lightheartedness in his press conference last Monday. While some may view the challenges of the new format as a thorn in their side, Stoops sees them as just another opportunity to prove his team's resilience. "It's hard to get tougher than this year," Stoops said with a wry smile when discussing the Wildcats' 2025 schedule. Indeed, the current season presents one of the most challenging schedules in the country for Kentucky, pitting them against tough opponents both inside and outside the conference. The idea of facing 9 games in the competitive SEC may seem daunting to many, but Stoops seems to view it as an inevitable part of the process. He made no secret of his previous position on the matter, tired of endless speculation and debate. He preferred to make it clear that, regardless of what happens, he is prepared to adapt to the changes imposed by the league. One of the biggest concerns surrounding the new format revolved around the future of the Governor's Cup, the annual rivalry between Kentucky and Louisville. This game, which transcends football and is a cultural tradition in the state, is now guaranteed thanks to a clause requiring each SEC team to play against a Power 4 opponent. Stoops was emphatic in expressing his satisfaction with this decision. "I think I went on record the last time we talked about this and said I was in favor of keeping the game against Louisville," he stated. Preserving this rivalry is more than a sporting issue. It is a symbol of local pride and a moment eagerly awaited by fans on both sides. The SEC's proposed format seeks to balance tradition and innovation. Each team will have 3 permanent opponents, a measure designed to preserve historic rivalries, while the remaining 6 games will rotate, ensuring that all teams face each other at least once every 2 years. For Kentucky, Georgia, Mississippi State, and Arkansas were discussed as potential permanent rivals. However, when asked about the possibility of foregoing an annual matchup with Tennessee, one of the conference's most traditional games, Stoops was realistic, admitting that decisions like these are far beyond his control. "I don't remember it in 23, but I can assure you that going forward, I have no idea. I had a lot on my plate, and I felt like, it was out of my control." This statement reflects Stoops' role within the SEC, a respected coach, but aware of his limitations when it comes to high-level strategic decisions. Despite being the longest-tenured coach in the league, he joked about his lack of influence over the commissioner's office. "Let's be honest. People ask me for my opinion and everything, and I know I've been in this league for 13 years, but I can guarantee you that the people above me don't really care what I think about it." Laughs, he said, referring to SEC executives. This self-deprecation reveals not only his sense of humor, but also his understanding that the best course of action is to trust the conference. Leadership.SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey has promised to present the detailed 2026 schedule to the schools this fall before a public announcement in December. Until then, speculation will continue to circulate about who Kentucky's 3 permanent opponents will be, and how the new format will impact the conference's dynamics. Commentators and analysts have already begun formulating their predictions, but Stoops, ever practical, prefers to wait for concrete facts before jumping to conclusions. The change to 9 games is further proof that the SEC continues to strive to reinvent itself and remain the most powerful conference in college football. For Kentucky, this means facing even greater challenges, but it also offers an opportunity for unprecedented growth and exposure. Under Stoops' leadership, The Wildcats have shown consistent progress in recent years, and the new format could be just what it takes to take the program to new heights. So, what can we expect for 2025? Leave your comments.